Greetings, citizens of the Matrix.
Anderson's story, page 2. Material possessions, anathema mostly, a bourgeois trap, a dead weight on the soul's already sluggish ascent. My inventory was predictably, almost aggressively minimalist, the humming altar of my custom-built rig, naturally, a bed that was less furniture and more a temporary ceasefire zone with gravity. A desk, scarred with the doses of 1,000 forgotten access codes. A chair that had long since molded itself to the precise contours of my misanthropic slouch. A curated collection of music files, sonic landscapes for the inner wasteland. And the books, of course, the books, each one a compact data nuke, a Trojan horse smuggled into the citadel of my own skull. Baudrillard's slim black volume on simulation and simulacra, for instance, wasn't so much read as absorbed, its theorems etching themselves onto my perception of the mediated hyperreal charade we dignify with the term reality. That chapter on nihilism, a delightful little cul-de-sac of thought I'd often meander down, usually when the caffeine wore off and the existential dread began to bite with its tiny, needle-sharp teeth. My digital library, a sprawling, illicit archive of ebooks, constituted the true extensions of my cognitive architecture. Kevin Kelly's Out of Control was a particular favorite, its chapter on the hive mind a disturbingly accurate schematic for the chattering, collective idiocy of the species. And yes, a more than passing fascination with evolutionary psychology, a grimly amusing lens through which to view the predictable, ape-brained scrabbling that passed for human endeavor. We'll dissect those particular pathologies later. Suffice to say, they were all waypoints on the crooked path I was treading. Every life, even one as hermetically sealed as mine, apparently lurches towards its own personal horizon narrative singularity. Mine arrived unannounced, as they invariably do. I was engaged in my nocturnal ritual, trawling the datascape for Morpheus, the digital ghost in the global machine. Hours bled into one another, the glow of the monitor washing over me like an unhealthy, artificial moon. Eventually, inevitably, my consciousness, frayed at the edges from another caffeine and code marathon, finally flatlined. What transpired next? Well, the boundary between the synaptic fizz of a dream and the cold, hard slap of the real became, shall we say, unhelpfully porous. I surfaced, jerked from a shallow, buzzing sleep by activity on my screen. Green characters, stark against the black, typing themselves out with a chilling, autonomous precision. What the actual I'd been jacked into the digital ether since before my voice broke, ridden the phosphorescent waves of countless systems. But this was new. This was a violation. Some unseen entity, some ghost script had its spectral fingers on my console. My own fingers, clumsy meat puppets, fumbled for the kill switch. Control X, the hacker's holy trinity of panic buttons. But the system, my brain, remained stubbornly unresponsive. Then the screen pulsed, and a new message scrolled into view, each letter a tiny digital nail hammered into the coffin of my composure. The Matrix has you. Right. The Matrix. My mind, a rusty trawl net, snagged on the word. What in the blithering pixelated was the Matrix? Some newfangled IRC channel for script kiddies? A government spook operation with an unusually poetic moniker? Who were these Matrix people, and what presumptuous digital graffiti were they scrawling across my private reality? Another desperate stab at the keyboard, another exercise in utter futility. The screen cleared then, with infuriating calm, delivered its next cryptic payload. Follow the white rabbit. And then, knock knock. As you might imagine, dear reader, my internal monologue at this juncture was less Socratic dialogue and more a Tourettic outburst of bewildered profanity. How, pray tell, would you react if your trusted interface suddenly started channeling Lewis Carroll with a side order of ominous percussive punctuation? But this, believe me, was merely the overture to the grand opera of weird, because as if summoned by the ghostly typography, there came a sharp, undeniable rapping at my physical door. Yes, that door, with the 101 still clinging to it like a bad joke. The coincidence, if that's what it was. And back then, in my blissful pre-enlightenment ignorance, I still clung to such quaint notions, was so perfectly, so bloody theatrically timed, I had to momentarily entertain the possibility that the entire preceding sequence, the screen, the cryptic commands had been nothing more than an unusually vivid stress dream.
Hello, people of Earth. I and I feeling irate. We have a destiny. Hear him sing. I am the messenger. This is me, message from the messenger. Straight from the heart. Greetings to all our loyal viewers. Here is a new track, all new music. Destiny calling.